Eala rises to number 45 in WTA rankings ahead of Abu Dhabi Open. Eala continued her climb on the WTA Tour after rising to a career-high world number 45 in the latest rankings released Monday. The Filipina surpassed her previous best of number 49, boosted by a recent stint at the WTA 125 Philippine Women's Open, where she earned key points competing in front of a home crowd. The recently concluded Australian Open results also took effect in the rankings. Eala now sits just 2 ranks ahead of Indonesia's Janice Chen, ranked number 47, making the Filipina still on top in the Southeast Asian region. Next up, Eala heads to the WTA 500 Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open with her opener scheduled not before 10:10 p.m. on Monday night. Eala, the rise of a trailblazer to WTA world number 45. By any measure, Eala's ascent to world number 45 in the women's tennis rankings is more than just a numerical leap. It's a story of grit, global breakthrough, and the redefining of expectations in a sport where every spot in the rankings represents months of effort, heartbreak, victories, and endless travel. As the 20-year-old Filipino ace prepares to take to the hard courts at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, her new career-high ranking isn't simply a personal milestone. It's a chapter in the unfolding story of one of tennis's most compelling young stars. From junior prodigy to WTA Tour contender, from her earliest days on the court, Eala's journey was marked by promise. Born in Quezon City, Philippines on May 23, 2005, she climbed to an ITF Junior combined ranking as high as number 2, a hint of what was to come on the professional stage. In 2022, she etched her name into tennis history when she became the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam by claiming the girls' singles title at the US Open. But junior success, while remarkable, doesn't automatically translate into professional stardom. The real test for Eala, like every new pro, was weathering the rigorous climb through the WTA rankings, where every match counts and progression demands both physical excellence and mental resilience. 2025, the year of breakthroughs. Before the 2026 season dawned, 2025 had already been a year of dramatic breakthroughs for Eala. Her defining moment came at the Miami Open, a premier WTA 1000 tournament where tennis's biggest names compete. As a wildcard entrant, she stunned the tennis world by defeating former Grand Slam champions, including Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek, en route to the semifinals. In doing so, she became the first Filipina ever to reach this stage at a WTA 1000 event, and only the third wildcard in history to defeat 3 major title winners at a single major tournament. This spectacular run vaulted her into the top 100, a seismic achievement that validated her promise on the sport's biggest stages. Eala didn't stop there. She went on to reach her first WTA Tour final at the Eastbourne Open, and picked up her first WTA 125 title in Guadalajara. These performances, across different surfaces and conditions, not only reinforced her versatility as a player but also deepened her confidence as a contender capable of challenging the sport's established stars. Entering 2026, a new career high at number 45. As the world turned its attention to the start of the 2026 season, Eala continued her upward trajectory. That ascent reached a new peak on Monday, February 2, 2026, when the WTA rankings officially listed her at world number 45, her highest position yet in a historic moment for Filipino tennis. What made this leap particularly striking wasn't just the number itself, but the broader context. She moved up from number 49 to number 45, a meaningful climb in the tightly packed middle tier of the rankings where every point is fiercely contested. Her current tally included 1,163 ranking points, earned through a series of strong performances, including a semi-final run at the ASB Classic in Auckland, a main draw debut at the Australian Open, and a quarterfinal appearance at the first-ever professional WTA tournament in her home country, the Philippine Women's Open. These milestones not only added up on the scoreboard but also demonstrated her consistency and resilience over varied stages and conditions. The Philippines roars. Home crowd, global impact. Eala's performance at the Philippine Women's Open was historic not just for her ranking, but for what it meant to an emerging tennis fan base in the Philippines. As the country hosted its first WTA 125 event, Eala brought the World Tour to her own backyard, showcasing her growth and giving young athletes in her homeland a rare opportunity to witness elite competition up close, a moment that transcended sport and became national inspiration. Though she bowed out in the quarterfinals against Camila Osorio of Colombia, The event marked a symbolic passing of the torch, illustrating how far she had come and how many eyes she had turned toward Philippine tennis. Full circle, the Abu Dhabi Open. Now, with a career-best ranking, Eala prepares for another significant chapter, competing at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open, a prestigious WTA 500 event where elite players vie for both ranking points and global recognition. There's a poetic symmetry in this moment. Abu Dhabi was where she first made her mark on the WTA 500 stage in 2024, arriving ranked outside the top 180. Now, 2 years later, she returns as a top 50 player, ready to test her mettle against established stars. In her opening match there, she's set to face Turkey's Zeynep Sönmez, a capable opponent ranked inside the top 120. Their previous meetings, including victories for Eala, provide both competitive history and confidence as she bids to go deeper in the draw. More than a ranking, mental strength and maturity. What sets Eala apart isn't just her talent, but her perspective. In interviews ahead of Abu Dhabi, she has spoken about the importance of growth over glory, a recognition that the climb up the rankings, and the challenges that come with it, define an athlete as much as any victory. She has noted that as the ranking gets higher, so does the challenge, but that's exactly the terrain where she's determined to thrive. Her approach is shaped by her experiences, on courts across the globe, in front of diverse crowds, and in tournaments that oscillate between euphoric highs and early exits. Every one of those moments, she has said, reinforces her commitment to hard work rather than complacency. Looking ahead, what number 45 means and what's next? At world number 45, Alex Eala stands on the threshold of even bigger ambitions. Breaking into the top 50 was landmark, now the top 40, and even the top 30, lie within reach should she continue to perform at this level or higher. The WTA rankings are a rolling reflection of performance, where points are defended and earned week by week. The Abu Dhabi Open represents not just an opportunity for glory, but a chance to earn valuable points to maintain or improve her ranking, and to showcase a game against top-tier competition. For young players everywhere, particularly in nations without a long tennis tradition, Eala's climb symbolizes what's possible when skill is married to resilience and belief. She's not just climbing the rankings, she's expanding the imagination of what a Filipino athlete can achieve on the grandest stages of sport. Conclusion: a journey still unfolding. At only 20 years old, Alex Eala's rise to world number 45 is already a